I get start with Tim Settle. You know, you'd already taken one big guy in the middle of the line. Was he just too good a value to pass up in the 5th round there?
That's what it boils down to, really. He was highly ranked on our board, and he was still there. And, you know, a lot of times you want to go by all the work you put in the offseason. Scouts put a lot of work in. Kyle Smith did a great job, the rest of the scouts. So he's another big body that can rush the passer a little bit, and he's really good against the run. So I've said it before, you can never have too many big bodies, and he's a talented kid to add to the mix with the other guys that we have here. I think it'll be good.
Until that last pick, it was all guys from Power 5 schools. Was that something, a concerted thing that you guys wanted to get guys who had played against proven competition, or just kind of how it worked out?
That's how it worked out. You know, I think those guys may have a leg up. If it's close between them and maybe a smaller school guy, then you might err on that side because they played against great competition. But that's not always the case. It just so happened to be tonight.
Tell us a little bit more about Troy Apke. Obviously, the physical, raw talent is there, but what about him specifically did you guys like at that point?
Well, I think he improved as the season went on. I think he's a very good safety. He's got great range. You've seen him fill and run support, and I think he's going to get better and better. I think the sky's the limit for him as a player. You know, anybody who can run 4.3, whatever it is, 4.32, I think it was. Short shuttle, I think he's right around 4.0. He's still learning the position. He takes good angles of football, and he's not afraid. And he's great on special teams. So it was a win-win, and not only as a safety but as a special team player. I think he'll fit right in.
A lot of guys on defense. Was that the whole thought coming into the draft, or did it kind of evolve as far as who was available at those times?
It kind of evolved at who's available. You know, like Settle, same thing with him. You know, like we mentioned before, you know, we try to stick by our board as best we could. But there were some positions of needs that we addressed here later on in the draft that we're happy the guys that we got. But for the most part, we're trying to take the best player available. We feel good about the team we already have. Now it's about adding good quality players, which we did.
With Settle, how surprised were you that he was there in the 5th round?
We were surprised, very surprised, and you know, pleasantly surprised we got him. So he's a big, wide body, has good feet, good short area quickness, plays off blocks well. He's disruptive in the passing game, and I think he can play multiple spots along the defensive line, as Payne, as Allen. So it's very important to have versatile defensive linemen and have a lot of big guys that can do multiple things, and he'll add to the mix.
And then because of the division you play in now, you have Barkley and Elliott and what the Eagles offer too. How important was it to get this sort of depth up front like you have now?
That's important. You know, it's very, very important to have those big guys that can be interchangeable, not just be one position, one trick pony. So, you know, subbing guys in and out, keeping them fresh throughout the course of a football game, whether you dress 5 defensive linemen or sometimes 6. Good, sound rotation is what you're looking for with big guys with very talented that can multitask and do different things.
Greg Stroman, first, what did you like about him as a cornerback, and then also was a pretty good punt returner there at Tech. Would you plan to use him in that role here?
Yeah, I think last year we did not have anybody that could back up Jamison, really. You know, D'Angelo Hall took some there at the very end, and right now on our roster we really don't have anybody to catch a punt other than Jamison, so it's very important for us to address that. So with Greg and with Trey here with the last pick here, both of them have punt return experience, so that was good. And Greg's also a good corner.
How do you guys just feel about your draft now that it's done?
Well, I think everybody feels good about their draft. We feel very good. You know, we got some players we wanted. We were intrigued about. We got them. We got some, you know, with Duran and Jaron. I mean, there's 2 good picks, and obviously the rest of them with Tim and Trey. Here, Trey Quinn is a very exciting prospect to SMU. He caught a lot of balls and did some punt returns. A great option route runner. Got great feel in zones, strong hands, good physical blocker, good after the catch. Sean Deion Hamilton, obviously a leader of that defense at Alabama, one of the smarter players that I've heard about on that defense, communicated. Had a couple injuries, we understand, but from our trainers, we feel like he's going to be good to go. So, you know, I think overall I feel good about it.
With you guys have taken a few guys from Alabama the last couple of years, and is it just a coincidence, or is there something? Obviously, they've had a lot of success. But is there something else that you just like taking guys from there for some reason?
No, it's just a coincidence, really. You know, it just so happens Jonathan Allen fell to us last year, and obviously Ryan Anderson was one of our top outside backers at the time, and then Deron Payne, you know, he's one of the best defensive tackles in football right now, so we took him, and and obviously with Sean Deion Hamilton, I think watching him alongside Reuben Foster last year, watching the impact that he had on our defense, the way he communicated it, talking to the coaches and the players that played with him, how smart he is, how he anticipates things. It's a great ad for us, but it's just a coincidence.
Is there something, though, again, they've had a lot of success, but is there some sort of thread among these players that you just notice when you get guys from Alabama?
They play at such a high level consistently. Their defense is good week in and week out. I mean, last 3 years they've been to 3 national championships and won 2. So that type of consistency against the best competition in college football, their defense stands out. They get the top recruits out of high school. These guys translate to great college players, and then for the most part they translate to great pro players, and you're going to see that here. So Ryan Anderson's just getting ready to make his mark, and obviously Jonathan Allen's going to have a healthy year next year and play extremely well. Duran. So we're excited about these Alabama guys, but we're also excited about everybody else.
Yeah. Last year, 2 of your, big picture problems, running the ball, stopping the run. How much better do you think you are after free agency and the draft in those areas? We
feel like we're better. We addressed it. So, we've got to get everybody together here. First steps first. We have to get everybody together, get them in the meeting room, study the game, get the phase 2 going, and then get to our OTAs, get them in shape, and then get them to training camp, see where we're at. But I feel good about the physicality of our football team. Adding Darius Geis in the running game, he's a powerful, physical runner. Adding, obviously, Deron Payne to go with Jonathan Allen and the rest of the guys we already have, and Tim Settle, we're going to be more physical up front. I think I like where we're headed. Now it's just a matter of getting everybody on the same page and playing good together.
I know they have to earn playing time, but it seems kind of like on paper that there are some spots for these guys to contribute right away. Just how important is that to have your rookie class be able to play maybe on day one, and just how do you
we'll see how it goes. We're not guaranteeing anybody anything. They got to come in here and compete. They got to stay in. They got to get themselves in shape. Understand what type of grind this is. They got to learn a lot of football. Techniques, fundamentals, the terminology, all that stuff. See how much they can handle. But we anticipate these guys have immediate impact, and we're going to give them every opportunity to do that. But we also have guys in-house that aren't going to give their job away easy. So there's going to be great competition, and great teams will have great competition throughout OTAs, throughout training camp, throughout the regular season. So we anticipate that here.
Any position group in particular that you see targeting heavily with the college free agents?
I think we're short probably a little bit of receiver. We don't have a lot of bodies there. We'll probably need some more receivers, some more defensive backs probably, maybe another offensive guard or 2. Let's go from there.
The NFL's website compares Sean Deion to Martrell Spate. Do you see anything there? Is that
no? No, I did not. No, I didn't see that. I think that they're 2 totally different players. Yeah, they're different players.
Strowman, is he inside or outside?
I think he's got the ability to do both, which is good. Thank you.